The Wildeklawer Rugby Festival continues, and we have Affies, Afrikaans Hoërskool as they're known, and Roos Gimnasium, two of the great rugby schools of this country, for our next match here at Goldstones at Pietermaritzburg College. And that's the Roos Gimnasium team, captained by Christo van der Merwe from the flank position. And a very, very talented side, this, apparently with also some cracking backline players, so hopefully we'll see lots of action from them as well. Evan van Sail will captain from the base of the scrum, the Affies team, who, as we know as well, traditionally over the years have produced such magnificent rugby players. And then the replacements, well, as we've seen, this match is played over 3 days, and there's a lot of pressure on players, of course, and so naturally you have injuries and you have players that are getting tired, so opportunities for those guys as well, I'm pretty sure, during the course of this match. So it'll be the Affies team that come out first then, and brought out by Van Sail. Not often you see these days a scrum half captaining a team. So, but obviously ideally positioned as well. He's up close to all the action, and his communication, of course, crucial as well. So, Roos then led out by Christo van der Merwe. And they also had a little line of honour there from the younger players, bearing in mind that there's some under-16 teams here as well. Of course, there's netball that's being played at Maritzburg College, so the girls are in tandem with the boys. Roos with their sort of traditional get-together there. Blake Beattie, who is the technical analyst for the Sharks Academy, will be refereeing our match today. I was just chatting to Tapa Henning a little bit earlier. He's out here as well, keeping an eye on the referees, and he was telling me, you know, that these referees, this is the starting point of their step up before they get to the level of provincial rugby and whatever else it might be. And of course they are analysed in all these games, and it's quite a technical operation, and it's a brilliant one to make sure that we continue to bring on great referees in this country. Wim Visser alongside me, played 22 tests for Italy, and actually went to the school where this is being hosted, Maritzburg College, who celebrate their 150th year. First pressures coming from Roos, and that's a good kick there as well from Dion van der Berg. Just wanting to settle. Looking very colourful are the Affies players in their white jerseys. And of course, as we know, a lot of the teams from Stellenbosch that have the colours of maroon and gold. That was a huge drive through there from the Roos, or rather the Affies players. Now that kick's gone a little bit deep there. Chris Smith, not a lot he could do with it, so he's decided to hoof it downfield. A bit breezy at Goldstone, so the players have got to keep their eye on the ball as well, and they're passing. Oh, this is good play, this from Affies. Here's a real chance for them. It's still going. Terrific run there from VP Yalov. He's a big fellow, the tight head prop. He got himself into a little bit of a gap there and showed a clean pair of heels.
Well, Affies here in a very favourable position with a attacking line-out. It'll be interesting what they're going to do here. I'd aim for firstly a good line-out win, and then hopefully a good drive. They've started off on a good foot, this Affies team. Well contested there. Beautifully contested. Of course, the wind's making it very difficult for the fellows at line-out time. Get that ball in straight. That'll be disappointing, that, for Affies. Really started off quite well, and Aiden Cupido, who's at fly half today for, that's not Aiden Cupido, that's Edwil van der Merwe. Aiden Cupido at fly half for Roos into the wind in this first half. A lot will rely on him, and the accuracy of his distribution and his kicking. So he's just trying to find a ball right now. That would be useful. Get the game going. There's not only one ball available, that I can tell you.
Francois Steyn will have the throw in and see if he can make amends from the last one that went a little bit awry. It's better play by the men from Pretoria. Well, 2 knock-ons, so they'll come back for the first, and the put-in will belong to Paul Roos.
I tell you, Gavin, I was just looking at that line-out. Affies has got one big pack for a schoolboy side. It's amazing. It's incredible. It's going to be interesting to see this first scrum contest. As I've said in most of my games, it all starts up front, and it will be really interesting.
Yeah, they have got a big pack of forwards. Henrik Freek and RG Snyman, 2 lock forwards. They're loose forwards too. Giant guys.
Bond. Scrum.
Guys that eat big steaks.
Stand forwards. 6.
Paul Roos with a kick downfield. Daniel du Plessis.
Rip, about 12.
It was good contesting that initially from Paul Roos, but some Affies have managed to hold on to it. Here's another one of their big men.
3 away.
Pierre du Plessis. Some good fluency that they've had in these opening moments of this match. And it's another drive downfield there, this time from Jandre Slobbert for Affies. That ball's come back to Paul Roos.
Off the head.
Chance now for the paceman, Thijs van Wyk, but that ball's sadly gone into touch. Ended what could have been a promising move for Affies. Playing a high-paced game here in these opening minutes. Well, the day started with a little bit of rain, and luckily that's held off, but the breeze has picked up here in Pietermaritzburg, so that's making throwing and lineouts difficult. Tap down there came from RG Snyman. Solomon van Haastien with a very powerful handoff to difficult man to bring down. Ball eventually popping out on Affies' side. I tell you what, you're right, Vim, there's a monumental tussle going on up front.
Definitely both packs are big, but Affies, as I said, is a massive schoolboy pack.
Well, they're not afraid to move the ball around as well. Here comes Van Wyk now, chip and chase. There it is. It could have been beautifully fielded. Is that a knock-on? Yes, it is. The referee just waiting to see if there's any advantage that might come from this. It could come with a man who's got the jet legs of this fella. Really, there's some speedy backs in this Paul Roos side. Well, there was an overlap there and an opportunity for Paul Roos to maybe have used the width of the field, but they've still got the penalty. I think with Chris Smith has another look at this, he might realize that there were 2 or 3 men outside. It could have opened up space, but nevertheless, it doesn't matter because they've got the ball now. If Aiden Cupido can be sure of his touch finder, it puts Paul Roos in an attacking position, something they haven't had in this match to date.
What's important there, Aiden Cupido had a penalty in his favour and he got a great kick into touch. Paul Roos in a favourable position on the field. They're on attack now on the 22. What's important, they need to win this line-out with 2 hands.
Well, that line-out's gone missing for them, so to speak. Ball carried up there by Derek Besaidenout. He's one of the 3 loose forwards, but it's a penalty to Paul Roos. Despite the wind, if this is possibly a kick that they could get over. Just having a look at the position as well, Vim, where they're kicking this from, and you've played on this field on many occasions. They're on the cricket pitch. That's not necessarily always a good thing or a good place to be able to kick from.
Difficult area to kick on the field because it's a bit harder, or a lot harder than all the other areas on the field. So he needs to get his footing really good. number 6, Derek Basarinat, getting caught for not releasing on the ground, and that's why the penalty has been given to Paul Roos.
Just a short run up for Aiden Cupido. You don't want to slip on a pitch either, do you? You want to secure footing. Judgment, he's going to kick it around about the left-hand upright to bring it in. Oh, he's kicked it too straight, so that's the wind that just has hauled it across the front of the posts.
It's difficult at the moment for the kickers. Wind's coming laterally across the field, and it's actually picked up quite a bit, so it's difficult conditions.
Dion van der Berg with the 22-meter dropout. Fielded by Calvin Nell. And then Chris Smith through the hands. Cupido with a little grubber kick. Still a chance here for Paul Roos. This is a real opportunity. Did they go the right direction? The pop pass inside, and over they go.
Good little grubber kick. Great pressure, great pickup by the number 11, Joel, who pass inside to the number 6, who finishes fantastically, Mitchell Carstens.
I thought they'd butchered it at one stage, that they should maybe have come inside a lot earlier, but they had the right level of support and the right level of patience as well to make sure that they got their passes accurate in this wind. It's excellent try that from Paul Roos. Now Cupido, as we said, the wind is going to be going straight across him, so he's got to kick it as straight as possible. When I say straight, that it hasn't got a big curl on it, but he's going to have to start it outside the left-hand upright. Well, he's got it over. Excellent kick that from the touchline by the fly half.
Aiden Cupido has done really well there with that conversion kick. Great inside ball and a great finish for a fantastic try for Paul Roos.
So when you don't have a lot of ball and you're able to score lots of points, you feel quite good about yourselves. It's into the wind as well, so Paul Roos, a good start in that respect, but they'd like to get their hands on more ball, I'm sure. Quick pass now, Affies, Edwan Cater from the fullback position. First real touch for him in the match. That ball's been taken away from him, so Paul Roos with another attacking opportunity, and they are a very attacking side.
What I've noticed in this opening section of the game is that Aiden Cupido has often used a little grubber kick, which they're putting quite a lot of pressure on, and it's actually working for them at the moment.
It's underused, Vim, to be honest with you. Too many guys tend to chip over the top and not use the grubber to good effect. Because of the rugby ball and the shape of it, the bounce is unpredictable, and that often can be work in your favor with a grubber kick.
Affies at the moment are contesting all line-out ball. They're doing very well at line-out time, but unfortunately knocking the ball on, and it will be a Paul Roos scrum in a favourable position of the field in attack.
Nice opportunity this, as we said up front as well. Blake Beattie blowing this match as he's the technical analyst at the Sharks Academy. We saw Rikus Verhoeven, who I thought had a very good game as well a little bit earlier. He's a Dominee from Standerton. So we've got a real mixture as RG Snyman. He's the big, well, he's probably the biggest man on the field. Solid in the lineouts. He says to the referee, "Thank you for waiting for me, sir." Affies, I think, with the ball that they do get as well, they'd like to maybe probe for the corner flags. Make sure that they dominate territory. At the moment, they don't have the ball, though. Cupido into a half gap. Out from rather Calvin Nell. That scrum off for Paul Roos. Now the drop attempt. Here we go. And he's got it over. A snap decision there by Cupido, who decides, as the play was running, to just stop himself. Let's kick a drop goal. Why not?
Well, what's important is they've converted pressure into points, and a fantastic left-footed drop kick by the youngster Aiden Cupido, their flower half.
This keeps the scoreboard ticking over in their favour. Up to double figures now.
Inside.
Fielding with the ball there by Jacques van Zyl. Cupido, that was charged down, so it's all hands on deck now. Everybody can play it. Francois Steyn under a little bit of pressure for Affies, but he's managed to set up the next phase. This is excellent play, this from Evan van Zyl, the captain of Affies, from the scrum half position. This is a typical north-south tussle, isn't it?
Definitely. Temper's flaring a bit there, but the ref got it under control very quickly.
15.
Interesting to see what Affies do here, whether they go for the 3 points or kick to the corner and try to set up a driving maul.
Penalty. Must release.
Oh, interesting, they're not kicking at goal. They're deciding they want to pursue the try option. So the kick from Thijs van Wyk for the line out.
Tackler there, not giving the attacking team the opportunity to place the ball. You have to let him release.
Yeah, just Chris Smith, the fullback for Paul Roos, just hanging over that ruck. Now this is obviously where they consider something to be a real strength of theirs, their line-out work, the ability of their forwards to carry the ball up. That's why they decided not to kick at goal with that penalty. Dion van der Berg was initially caught in possession. There wasn't oodles of space for him to move in. This is Francois Steyn. He's a real busy hooker, isn't he? But it's been taken away by Paul Roos. No opportunity there for Paul Roos to play the ball. And it was pretty much sealing there from, well, they sealed off that ruck did Affies. So they're giving away a few penalties, are Affies. They won't be happy with that. Now Cupido's kick has not gone out. It's actually quite a useful up and under. That pass has gone forward, so another basic error there from Affies.
Cupido needed to make sure that he found his touch there from the penalty. Forward pass there, unfortunately.
Just shows you again, Wim, how important it is to chase kicks. You know, a kick is only as good as its chasers, is the cliche, and it's a very true one.
Of course. And that kick was well chased.
So Paul Roos, founded in 1866, used to be called Stellenbosch College. Today it's got 1,160 students, so it's a big school and a very traditional one, but it's Affies here. Evan van Zyl, good play from the scrum half. Great go forward for them. Just rumbling it up with the forwards. Van Zyl, Van der Berg. Long pass out there to Philip Orfer. Oh, it's been taken away once again. I'll tell you what, they're becoming the masters at stealing balls. Oh, Paul Roos, and it's a super kick downfield to get them back into an attacking position. Affies not finishing off the good work that they're starting.
Ball stolen from hand there. Pass back to the little number 9, Calvin Nell, with a great little kick. Lifted his head, saw that no one was home, and put a perfectly weighted kick.
Francois Stein's throw-in is not accurate enough, but they still have rescued it in the form of Jepie Elof, downfield from Dion van der Berg. This is Chris Smith. If you kick the ball into the air in the wind, you want to make sure you do what he just did there, and even better, catch it yourself.
Was a counter ruck. No, 1.
The referee quite happy with the counter ruck.
Use it.
Affies have taken it away. Again, they seem to have numbers there, but not too sure how to execute their distribution effectively.
No, 6.
Well, they're getting enough ball, Affies. They'll be frustrated with not finishing off. That's another good defensive work there. Excellent tackle from Mitchell Carstens, the try scorer for Paul Roos. Paul Roos haven't had that many lineouts, so Jacques van Zyl going to try and get this in straight.
4, yes. Thank you.
Oh, it's another lost lineout, and Wim, I need to bring you in here because you're the lineout expert. Just why, in tricky conditions, you've maybe got dampness, you've got wind, why do you continue to throw to the back of the lineout?
Well, that is very tricky conditions at the moment, especially with this wind blowing so hard. So I call them the banker ball. I'd throw it to the front and make sure that you win it with 2 hands. Obviously, Paul Roos through to the back there, because from the back of the lineout you can create better attacking opportunities off the top for your back line.
Does make sense, doesn't it? Cupido, and he just searches for it, finds quite a lot of space. Bounces favourable there for Edouard Keiter from fullback. Oh, he's done really well as the number 15. Gained 25 meters or so. And a penalty as well for his team. They're going to bring the big boot of the left-footed Thijs van Wyk into action here again, maybe, to chase the Paul Roos players back towards their goal line.
It's important that he finds his touch now to get Affies back into attacking position and hopefully to get some quality possession and put some pressure back onto Paul Roos.
There's the win there, Wim, as you can see, and you mentioned it, it's across the field, which actually makes it even tougher in terms of judgment.
It's really difficult for the hookers to get that ball in straight.
And of course, Affies are not used to playing in windy conditions either. They generally have wonderful weather up in Gauteng. Certainly wind-free most of the time. Paul Roos making their tackles. Oh, that's brilliant play that. There's a real chance for them now. The big chase to the corner. Oh, that's a great tackle that from, I think it was Daniel du Plessis for Paul Roos. Just came across there and managed to shovel him into touch on the corner flag.
Affies going through the hands, but a fantastic try-saving cover tackle. Didn't get his number there, unfortunately, but it was a fantastic tackle.
That was Daniel du Plessis. Now the throwing is so absolutely crucial, and still Paul Roos go to the back of that line out. They've managed to secure it. Cupido under all sorts of pressure. He hasn't kicked it out. It's in the hands of Thijs van Wyk. Oh, there's a knock on there from Affies. Again, it's messy with them. They're not able to put those finishing touches.
Thijs van Wyk just trying to force the player, but they're giving an offload from the ground. Came out like a rocket, and unfortunately his teammate knocked it on. So it will be scrum for poor Roos.
Well, we've got an injury at the moment, and the game will be stopped at this point in time. Just not sure exactly who it is. He really just seems to be battling, and there we go. It's Derek Besaidnout, who's taken a smack by the looks of things on the eyebrow. Of course, we know that that area of your body does bleed quite freely. He certainly will be attended to, and I must say that the medical support here at the Wildeklawer Festival has been superb. We've had a couple of injuries, and they've been taken care of by the medical personnel who are on stage here.
Well, it is a contact sport, Gavin, and you know, sometimes it is possible that you do get a bump, especially in that area. It does bleed quite profusely, but he'll be fine. He'll go get stitched up and most probably run back out.
So in the meanwhile, Gavin Foster is on as a replacement. Again, it's the boot of Cupido. From the back, it's Edouard Cater. Quite sort of unceremoniously dumped to the ground. Strong tackle. They're getting a lot of ball though, Affies, and they really are frustrating themselves by not effectively using it. Just need to get some rhythm into their game. Cater through the hands to Yuri Linda. Tian Shumalian on the right wing was also in play, but they've gone and lost the ball again. Tigerish display from the Polroos forwards. They certainly are a little bit smaller than the Affies forwards, but they've shown a lot of pluck and won a penalty.
Actually, frustrating. Polroos are actually frustrating Affies at the moment. You know, Affies are throwing everything they have, and every time they get somewhere, it seems like Polroos just turns them over or puts in a very good tackle and just breaks their momentum. So, you know, Polroos are doing really well. Important here that they get their touch, and then from there they can start with a quality line out, hopefully.
I think momentum's maybe quite a good word too, because that is where they're lacking. It's stunted play on many occasions.
They're making it difficult out there. Their tackling has been ferocious. They're going in hard. They're counter-rucking, and they're frustrating Affies at the moment.
Short line out on this occasion. Pretty secure. No real effort there from Affies to contest.
Yes, it's out.
Was that a knock-on? Referee perhaps playing advantage to start with. And here's another drop attempt. Wow. I tell you what, Edwulf van der Merwe, who's hardly touched the ball on the right wing, got it. An interesting position that, and it wasn't, I tell you what, he certainly kicked it some distance. It was nowhere near the uprights though.
He gave it a mighty good old tonk, but it went totally right.
Oh, a bunch of drop kickers. Oh, Paul Roos. There he is again. He won't try from here, I don't think.
Well, I hope not.
Carried up from Michael Meyer at number 8 for Paul Roos. Out comes Jacques van Zyl from the hooker position with the ball. And his opposite number, Francois Steyn. Good clean out from Affies. Some great defense from Paul Roos. Once again has shown that, well, they haven't got the ball, but they got close to it, I think. Where's the magic for Affies? Where's it going to come from? Just getting so much possession. Now, will they kick at goal, Vim? This has got to be a question too. You know, they're pursuing the corner flag option.
Well, they need to start converting a bit of this pressure and all this possession into points.
Good explanation there as well to the Paul Roos men. In fact, it was Christophe van der Merwe, their captain.
Yes.
Got the message.
There, number 13, Tristan Kramer not coming over, not supporting his weight, and that's why Roos have got, Affies have got the penalty, and hopefully they can convert all this pressure and possession that they've had in the last couple of minutes into some points.
Interesting that I didn't hear the referee talking about bridging there. I just got the tail end of his conversation. Just heard the words tackler assist. But quite right to give this penalty to Affies now. Captain Evan van Zyl. That won't be his kick of the year, that I can promise you. Disappointing for him as Aidan Cupido drives them back to the halfway line. He's done a good job from the fly half position for Paul Roos. We said it at the beginning of the game. Into the wind, the fly half has got a really important role to play. Have a look at this.
His timing was totally out there. It looked like he was trying to force it, maybe because there was a bit of distance, and also maybe because of the wind that's coming laterally across the field. Put a bit of pressure on him.
A little bit of a shuri for the scrum half.
Play on, no influence.
Well, found a little bit of space initially to run in there, did Affies, and then it got closed down quite quickly. Van Zyl under all sorts of pressure from the forward pack of Paul Roos. Oh, the long pass. This is lock forward Snowman.
Use it!
There's some good passing. Now he has a chance. Shumalian with the little chip kick through. Oh, was there an early tackle on him? The referee is going to blow the whistle for a scrum and a knock-on from the right winger.
That's half time.
Shumalian, and that is half-time. Well, on our clock, that's 30 seconds too early by the looks of things, but I'm sure that Paul Roos will be more than happy with the half-time situation where they've played into the wind. They'll have the wind at their backs in the second half, and at half-time, it's Affies 0, Roos Gimnasium 10.